high income earners. They have that is the whole nature of class warfare, that when they say the government works for everyone, they're really saying a government that works for everyone but the people that pay the most into the government. Remember, no taxation without representation? The Democrats want representation without taxation. If you believe in a government that works for everyone, then everyone should contribute to the government. When did we get this idea that the government works for everyone except the people that pay for it? When did we get this idea that that the government was going to work against the people that pay the bills? That the government's supposed to work for people who don't contribute to it. If you truly believe in fair... Now, you got to understand, to assess it any other way is a nod towards socialism. It is. And I won't negotiate that. I won't negotiate. I don't want... It's your opinion. It's not my opinion. It's fact. We don't deal just in opinions on this program. We deal in fact. Now, the truth be told, if you believe that the government should work for everyone, then everyone should contribute to it. You might even go as far as to say everyone should contribute to it equally. Isn't that the notion of... How could you say that you are for equality and you believe the government should work for the people equally, but the people shouldn't equally contribute to the government? Where does this come from? 1-866-95 Patriot. So here's from the Tax Foundation. Piece by Scott Hodge. Barack Obama wants to add 16 million people to the non-payer category with regard to federal income taxes. Under Barack Obama's plan for 2009, 62 million would not pay any federal income tax. That's almost half. That's almost half of, it's 45.6%. I'm sorry, for 2006 it was 45%. It would be almost half of the people that filed tax returns would not pay any income tax under Barack Obama. Listen to this. According to the most recent IRS statistics for 2006, some 45.6 million tax filers, one-third of all filers, have no tax liability after taking their tax credits and deductions. For good or ill, this is a dramatic 57% increase since 2000 in the number of Americans who pay no personal income tax. The Tax Foundation estimates show that if all of Obama's tax provisions were enacted for the year 2009, the number of non-payers would rise about 16 million to 63 million overall. Now, McCain is not that much better. But that's factoring in McCain's $5,000 tax credit for health care, not direct cash returns, earned income tax credit, child tax credit, all this other stuff. It says Obama uses a longer list of smaller tax credit ideas to reduce a similar number of taxpayers' liability to zero. About 16 million people who are currently paying at least a little income tax would see their liability zeroed, bringing out the total to 63 million, or 44% of all tax returns. So 44%, not 40. I'm not sorry. I'm not 45.6. 44% of all income tax returns would be returned by people who don't pay anything into the federal system when adjusted in tax credits and other programs. So when Barack Obama talks about the idea of giving 95% of Americans a tax cut, he should really be addressing the fact that the people that aren't even contributing now are going to get cash back. So you have a whole host of people, almost half of the American workers are paying no federal income tax, and Barack Obama wants to... How is that a tax? That's not a tax cut. That's not even a tax credit. That's free money. When Barack Obama says that he's going to raise taxes on people who make X amount of dollars and give a tax cut to people who make Y amount of dollars, who contribute $0 to the federal government, and they're going to get an even deeper tax cut, well, how do you go lower than zero? Now you're into negative numbers or imaginary numbers. What Barack Obama is really saying, and this is not opinion. I care not for your conclusion that this is my opinion. This is not an opinion. Barack Obama is going to raise taxes on people who make over $250,000. He's going to raise the capital gains tax. He's going to raise the corporate tax rate. Do we have the Barney Frank audio? Get that Barney Frank audio ready. We're going to raise the capital gains tax, the personal income tax, and the corporate tax. And then we're going to start giving tax, quote-unquote, cuts to people who don't contribute to the government. Well, if they're not paying anything into the government, what tax are you cutting? You're not cutting taxes. You're giving money away. That is what is termed the redistribution of wealth. It is what it is. It is socialism. This idea, and you know what this, here's a beautiful thing. This is how freaking lame the left is now. This is from the Kansas City Star. Headline: Shame on McCain Palin for using old code word for black. The socialist label that Senator John McCain and his GOP presidential running mate are trying to attach to Barack Obama actually has a long, very ugly historical root. J. Edgar Hoover from the FBI from 1924 to 1972 used the term to liberally describe African Americans who spent their lives fighting for equality. Those freedom fighters included Martin Luther King Jr. and W.E.B. Du Bois. Well, no. King was never a socialist. Du Bois was. Du Bois was an avowed communist and a eugenicist, just so you know. He believed in selective breeding. But to now say that any criticism of Obama's plan as socialist, which in fact it is now a racial slur, you guys, you're lame. This is where liberals just, it's lame. If you're going to be a socialist, if you demand honesty and openness from government and candidates running for office, just have the balls, just have the backbone to say, you know what? We see so much misery, we see so much unemployment, we see so much homelessness and poverty. We think socialism is the way to go. It just at least have it. But while you're running around, you conservatives are so comfortable or have made peace with inequality. You're all greedy. You're all mean-spirited. You know what the funniest thing is? This, you know, and I can't believe I sat down and watched it last night. I watched Bill Maher's Real. I don't know why I watched that show. I watch it every once in a while, and then I get angry and I turn it off. But to listen to Ben Affleck, who really must have a decimal in his IQ someplace, because this guy's an idiot. He's not even a good actor. He's just an idiot that's managed to make millions and millions of dollars off of foolish ticket buyers. And he sits there and says, well, that's our obligation. And if you make a bunch of money, you got to go out there and pay taxes because we have police officers and firefighters. Well, that's got nothing to do with federal income tax. Your federal income taxes don't pay for police officers. That's your local tax. It's your property tax. That's your state tax. That's your county or state and local tax. This has nothing to do with the federal income tax. The president isn't signing checks to, the police department on mainstream USA. But it's funny that people who have made lots of money just whimsically think that, wow, this is bad. But they don't take their money. If you think that it is patriotic or the right thing to do, that to hand a grand portion of your income over to the federal government, then let's see you do it voluntarily before you make it compulsory. I would love to see one American liberal worth over $1 million say, I'm going to take a step forward and tell the federal. I mean, if Ben Affleck thinks that by raising taxes on corporations and on people who make over $250,000, there'll be more money for everyone, why doesn't he, when he signs a deal to be in a movie, say, you know what, you guys are offering me $20 million, but that's not fair to the other actors and the crew and the marketers. How about this? You'll only pay me $250,000, so there'll be more money for other people. How is it you could be in a situation to demand $20 million or $30 million to be in a movie and not see that as